Hello again. This is Bryant Duhon, Editor-in-Chief of the Document Imaging Report, published by InfoSource, back again with our third Two-Question Tuesday. We have with us today Jason Burian, who is Vice President of Product Management at KnowledgeLake. We spoke with Jason about a month and a half or so ago about the release of the Ontario product in the April issue of DIR. If anyone's interested in having a sample copy of that, look for my contact information in the detail box below and let me know. Jason, as always, good to talk to you, and thank you for joining us again.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
All right, let's dive right in. So today we're going to talk about my favorite thing, buzzwords. There's a newly minted phrase, well, kind of newly minted, hyperautomation, and it's starting to gain a little bit of traction. You see it everywhere, at least among the assorted talking heads, right? So in your view, what's the difference between automation, intelligent automation, and hyperautomation?
Yeah. So I think, by letter of the law, if you looked up, the Wikipedia definition, intelligent automation and hyperautomation are kind of the same thing, and they delineate themselves from regular automation by the addition of a couple of interesting technologies. So regular automation, it's evolved over years. It used to be business process management or business process automation, and then workflow, and then, is really the orchestrating of work between people through a process. And as we've introduced new tools like machine learning, AI, large language models, RPA, we've added more technology tools to the toolbox that has sort of morphed that into hyperautomation, right? So automation in the beginning, in my opinion, was about, how do I get work from A to B to C between people to make it the most effective as possible? As we move into hyperautomation, the focus has changed to how do we automate the most possible things that we can and only involve sort of human in the loop in a workflow when absolutely necessary.
Okay. So almost convincing me there, but I'm still gonna hold my opinion on that one.
I think whatever you call it, what we're seeing arising in organizations of all sizes is this need for this platform that sits in between other systems, that sits in between departments, that's this layer inside of an organization that is there to automate work, to automate connectivity, to streamline processes. And I think in the future we'll see it as becoming as ubiquitous as CRM, right? Every company that has customers has a CRM. And I think you'll see every company that has processes will have some type of process automation platform.
A little bit of Shakespeare, right? A rose is a rose, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So the second question, and this one I'm really interested in hearing what you say here. So much like digital transformation, there's almost like this default assumption that hyperautomation is only for large organizations.
Yeah.
Is it?
No. I think it used to be. I think when you would ask a small organization, let's take one of our sort of common customers, a regional or community bank, right? This is a bank that maybe has $1 billion or $2 billion or $3 billion of assets under management. So a very successful organization, but they probably have an IT staff of maybe 2 or 3 people, mostly focused on security. So, back in the old-timey days of on-premise software, when you'd have to stand up several servers and databases and licenses and install desktop clients, probably there was a huge barrier to entry. I think with the adaptation of cloud and the focus on no-code and low-code tools, I don't have to have a data center, and I don't have to have developers or engineering, code level writing resources on staff to create solutions to problems. And so, back in the day, which wasn't really that long ago, it probably a huge barrier for small to mid-size organizations to take super complicated processes and automate them and bring tools to bear, but not anymore, right? There's plenty of organizations, plenty of SaaS-based software companies on the planet that are here to help organizations that don't have IT staffs really drive digital transformation.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's automation is for anybody, regardless of company size, and I had an argument with myself of how long it would take me to actually break my two question format. And I thought I would make it to about 6 or 7, but you broke me on 3. So
Okay.
congratulations, Jason.
I
All
take
right.
that as a compliment.
All right. Jason, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us today on our third two question Tuesday.
Thank you for having me. It's great.